Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi.
Zero influence claims, yes it's possible, and yes you heard me correctly. Let's dive in and find out how to do it. The first thing you're going to need to do starts right at the beginning in Empire creation. This is essential. You need to set your ethic to be fanatic militarist. That's going to give us a big juicy minus 20% claim influence cost, and then later on it's going to help us with some other bonuses as well. Additionally, you can set this civic straight away, or you can wait 20 or 30 years and reform into it so that you can have something different and better from an economic point of view at the very start of the game to get your empire going before you start on the war rampage. Nationalistic zeal will give you a further minus 15%. Next you want to set your diplomatic stance to either belligerent, or later on, if you unlock the supremacy tree in the traditions, supremacist. Both of those are going to give you minus 10% to your claim cost. Next up on our agenda is making a federation. Unfortunately, some of your neighbours either are nowhere to be seen or won't like you. In that case, you'll simply need to create your own federation. Pick a planet that you can split off and make sure to have no connections to. For instance, here I have a very low habitability world which I can colonize. And then once I have it colonized and I've finished that colony, I need to make sure to dismantle any stations next to it so that it is on its own, meaning it's no longer connected to my capital network, it's in its own sector. I then need to create a sector and I can split it off as its own vassal. Once we have a vassal, I'd recommend you both establish an embassy, get on good terms with them, and make sure to hoover up all of their claims while providing them something in return. It's also nice to leave them with some extra happiness at the end. That's going to help when we offer them a federation a little later. With that done, we should release them as a vassal and then offer them the ability to join our brand new federation. You'll also need to unlock the ability to form a federation in your traditions and then offer them a martial alliance. Once you've upgraded your alliance to level 2, the president of a martial alliance gets a nice juicy minus 10% claim influence cost. And if you're enjoying this video, please claim that like button. You will actually need to find some aliens to claim, and that's what we've just done. It may seem like declaring rivalry with the empire you want to conquer would help, as rivals apparently gives us minus 20% influence cost to our claims. But don't be fooled, this weirdly, it's the only one, is a multiplicative, not additive reduction, meaning that it will never take you down to zero, it will simply divide whatever influence cost you have by 80%. Whereas all of these others are additive, they do add together before we take a reduction from that cost. How would you use zero influence claims? Let me know in the comments below. Taking the Interstellar Dominion Ascension perk, that's going to give us another minus 20% to our claims. Interstellar Campaigns technology in the Society research tree, as well as Galactic Campaigns, are going to provide a total of 20% extra reduction. And finally, the Agenda Expansionist Overtures. If you get a leader with this, you will get a final minus 10%, and that brings us to a total of minus 105%. That puts the cost of all our claims all the way down to zero. That means that we can claim entire empires just as if we had total war casus belli for absolutely no influence. There's something I've not mentioned, as it can be quite a bit later in the game, and it may not even be possible to get it at all in your game, and that is the Khan's Throne. This will also give you an additional 20% reduction to your claim influence cost. This, if you get it, means you won't need the RNG of getting the specific leader agenda, but sometimes the Khan does not spawn, so you cannot rely on this. That's how we reduce our claim cost to zero influence. But what should we be doing with these claims? If you'd like to know more about war goals and casus belli, click the video on screen now.